If you're anything like me, your meeting notes are just piling up. AI is transcribing everything now, which is cool, but I realized I wasn't actually doing anything with all of that output. So I started messing around with Gemini and got an idea. It clicked. I want to show you a simple workflow that makes it easy to get actionable items and decisions from your generated meeting notes. This can work for you too. Let's get into it. Anyone who has access to Gemini can do this. If you just go to gemini.google.com, you will get to this screen. And you'll see here on the left side, there's a menu, there's a new chat similar to ChatGPT or Claude. If you've used either of those tools, you'll see a similar setup here. You can do a new chat here, and I can connect this to my Google Drive or upload files. But what I want to do, because this is something I want to use over and over again, I'm going to create something called a gem. So this is not very apparent in the interface. It would be nice if they just had it over here on the left side. But if you go down here to settings, you'll see a menu, activity, connected apps, scheduled actions, and gems. You should click on gems. This is how you get to the menu. And you can see here, you can create a new gem. Gems are agents that you can use over and over again. You give it some instructions, you can give it a knowledge base or some type of item to reference, and it'll do that task as you come back to it. And so that's what it's trained on. And you can see here they have some examples of a storybook, a brainstormer, a career guide, a coding partner. You can click into those to see examples. But for purposes of this demo, I'm just going to click Create New Gem. And since we're going to be summarizing meeting notes and getting action items out, I'm going to call this gem, let's see, meeting actionizer. That's a good enough name. We're going to give it a description. For now, we'll just say this pulls action items from action items and decisions from meeting transcriptions. Now we want to give it some instructions. It gives you, again, an example here. This is the gem's main objectives and capabilities. So for this one, when a doc is added to my meeting notes folder in Google Drive, I want to extract action items and decision items that are assigned to Hey Paxton and create an action items table and a pending decisions table in the Hey Paxton action items doc. If the doc doesn't exist, if the doc exists, use it. If not, create a new one. Do not duplicate existing items. And then I want to give it a knowledge base. So I'm just going to add from Drive. So I can connect this to my Google Drive. And if I go to my Drive, you'll see I have this folder called Meeting Notes. I'm just going to add that here to the gem. And over here, you can see a preview of what you're getting. Now I'm just going to save it. Once it's saved, you'll see your meeting actionizer has been created, and then you have the opportunity to share it or start a chat. I'm going to click Start Chat. And that takes you to your meeting actionizer. Once you have created a gem, they appear here on the side. So you can click there, and then you'll see this listed. Meeting actionizer is listed down here in my gems. I can just click it from here as well. So now I'm going to ask it to pull my meeting notes together and go ahead and put it in a doc to summarize and give me my action items. Now in my meeting, if I go over here to my Google Drive, you'll see that I've already created this meeting notes folder. I have some fake meeting notes that I generated using Claude. And so you'll see here it has key discussion points and action items. And you'll see here there's an action item for Hey Paxton to send revised subject line options to James by end of day Wednesday. So this likely should appear in our list when we create it. I've got other meeting notes here as well, a product review, and then a team sync. So now if I go back to Gemini, now that I've created my gem, and remember we gave it some instructions, please pull my action items and decisions from all of my meeting notes in my folder. So that's going to start taking action. So it's locating my documents, it's extracting the action items, defining decisions, and creating some tables. You can see here, adding action items. And even though I didn't come down here and add Google Drive, it should already have access from the instructions where I added my Google Drive as the knowledge base for this gem. It successfully created a new document with my compiled action items and pending decisions. So now I can click this and it would take me right there. Let's go look in the Google Drive as well to see, did it create it in here? Where did it create it at? I didn't give it any instructions, so let's see here. It's not in my meeting notes folder. But if I go to my drive, you'll see here I have my action items. And you can see here all of the items that are assigned to me. So here's the action items. And then down here, it added an additional table for pending decisions. Now this is really helpful instead of having to go through every single meeting doc and try to remember what I'm supposed to be checking back in on. Send revised subject line options to James is right here in the list. So I know that it's getting the right items. AI is summarizing and transcribing so many meeting notes now. This is a good way to just take all those meeting notes and aggregate them and know what you're doing. And so I could imagine at the end of the day, you being able to toss all of those meeting notes into a folder and have Gemini compile them for you. So it's a quick and easy win instead of you having to track a bunch of different documents through email or finding them through Google Drive. Gems are an easy way to get repeatable action from Gemini for tasks that you'll do over and over. Give it a try and let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in to PAX Bites. See you in the next one.